Welcome, my friends, and thank you for being here today. Now look at me and answer this. How many times have you given up? How many times have you looked at a page of English and felt completely lost? It is time for a reality check. The problem is not your talent, and it is not your memory. The problem is your method. I want to ask you a very important question. Imagine if your brain could become like a powerful English machine. Imagine if every single word and every sentence you hear or read could stay in your memory like glue. Does that sound like a dream? It is not. Many people believe learning English is only about reading books and memorizing boring grammar rules. That idea is wrong. English is deeply connected to your brain. When you train your brain in the correct way, English begins to feel natural. It stops feeling heavy or boring. If you stay with me until the end of this lesson, you will see a big change. You will start to feel that your brain is your best tool, not your enemy. It is time to stop dreaming and start training. Let us dive in. Chapter 1. Why your brain controls your English. Imagine a sleeping giant living deep inside your mind. This giant has the strength to move mountains and the memory of 1,000 computers. But for most of your life, this giant has been fast asleep. Why? Because you have been trying to wake it up with the wrong noise. You've been shouting at it with boring grammar books and dusty lists of words. You have been treating English like a heavy chore, a cold stone that you must carry uphill every single day. When you open a textbook, your brain sees gray noise. It sees rows of rules that feel dead. Your inner giant is bored. It wants to run, to hunt, and to connect with the real world. But instead, you keep it in a small cage and give it dry bread. No wonder you feel tired. No wonder you forget. Listen to me, my brother. Your problem was never English itself. Your problem was never a weak memory. The real problem is that nobody ever gave you the activation key for your brain. Your brain is the most powerful machine you will ever own. It can remember millions of unique faces. It can store thousands of complex songs. It can solve problems faster than any computer on Earth. Here is the great secret. The same brain that helped you learn to walk, to eat, and to speak your first language is the exact same brain you have right now. You are not broken. You are not too slow. You are certainly not too old. You already have every tool you need. You simply need to learn how to unlock them. Let us use another image. Think of your brain as a physical muscle. If you never go to the gym, your muscles stay soft and weak. But if you lift even a tiny weight every single day, your muscle has no choice but to change. It must become stronger. This is a law of nature. Every small practice you do in English is like lifting a small weight. On the first day, you might feel weak. You might feel like your brain is burning from the effort. But if you continue, day after day and week after week, your brain will begin to surprise you. One morning, you will open your mouth and English will flow out naturally like a mountain stream. It will not feel like a study session anymore. It will feel like life. Many learners believe they need a special talent or a gift for languages. They look at a friend who speaks well and think, she must have been born with a bigger brain. This is a dangerous lie. Science shows us something exciting called neuroplasticity. This means your brain is like soft clay. It can grow and change at any age. Your brain makes new connections every single time you practice. Every word you repeat and every sentence you try is like planting a tiny seed in a garden. At first, The soil looks empty. You might think, I am wasting my time. But deep under the ground, the seed is growing roots. With a little water and sunlight, a small green plant will eventually push through the dirt. That plant is your fluency. Do not fear mistakes. A mistake is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of growth. Think about a small baby. Does a baby worry if its words are wrong? No. A baby laughs and tries again. The baby's brain learns through use, not through fear. You still have that baby's power inside you. You must change the way you talk to your inner giant. Every time you say, I am bad at English, you are telling your brain to stop. You are closing the door and locking the giant away. From today, you must give your brain new commands. Tell it, I am growing, I am learning, I am powerful. But these are not just nice thoughts. They are direct orders. When you tell your brain, I can, it starts searching for solutions. When you tell it, I cannot, it gives up immediately. Imagine your brain as a thick forest. The first time you try to speak English, there is no path. You must push through the tall grass and the heavy bushes. It is difficult. It is slow. But the second time you walk that way, the grass is a little shorter. The third time, you see a small trail. After many times, the path becomes a smooth road. This is what daily practice does. It builds roads in your mind. Soon, your brain will have a whole network of highways. When you need to speak, your thoughts will not get lost in the woods. They will travel at the speed of light down those roads. Wake up your giant. Plant your seeds. Build your roads. Your English is not far away. It is trapped inside your brain, waiting for you to set it free. Today is the first step. Today, you understand the truth. If you train your brain with patience and love, English will come alive inside you. Chapter 2. The power of daily practice for your brain. If you want to train your brain for English, you must accept one hard truth. Your brain does not transform in a single day. It cannot change with one massive explosion of effort. Real growth happens step by step through small, daily practice. Think of a tree. A tree does not grow tall in one night. But if you give it water every single day, it grows roots, it grows leaves, and one day it stands strong. Your brain is that tree. To wake up your inner giant, you must follow the steady growth protocol. Step 1. Reject the heavy load. Many learners believe they must study for hours every night. They sit with heavy books and try to force everything into their minds at once. But the brain hates heavy loads. It becomes tired and drops the information like a bag of heavy stones. If you force it too much, you will forget half of what you learned by morning. Instead, carry just one stone every day. One sentence, one word, or one short story is enough to move a mountain over time. Step 2. The 10-minute compound. Let us look at the math. 10 minutes feels like nothing. You can do it while brushing your teeth or waiting for the bus. But in 1 year, those 10 minutes become more than 60 hours of training. Imagine how different your brain will feel after 60 hours of listening and thinking in English. You will be sharper, quicker, and far more confident. Step 3. Build the path. Your brain loves repetition. Every time you repeat a word, you are walking across the tall grass of your mind. The first time is difficult. The second time is easier. After many times, the path becomes a clear road. Daily practice ensures that when you need a sentence, the road is already built and ready for you. Step 4. The daily lock. Create a simple routine that removes fear. In the morning, say one English sentence out loud. At lunch, listen to one small story. Before bed, write one word in your notebook. These are not heavy actions. They are light like drops of rain. But together, they create a storm of learning that will make you fluent for life. Chapter 3. Memory tricks that make words stay. Let us talk about the ghost of memory. Have you ever spent an entire evening learning a new word, only to wake up the next morning and find it is gone? Have you ever studied 10 words for an exam and remembered only 2? In those moments, you felt angry. You looked in the mirror and thought, maybe my brain is weak. But I am here to tell you that your brain is not weak. Your method was weak. The human brain does not like boring lists of words. It does not like cold, dead letters on a page. Your brain remembers things that have life. It remembers pictures, feelings, and actions. If you give your brain a word with no meaning, it throws it away like trash. But if you give your brain a word with color, sound, and a story, it keeps it forever. Think about your first language. When you were a child, you never sat down with a heavy dictionary. You never memorized long, dry lists. You learned words because they were connected to your real life. You learned the word water because your throat was thirsty. You learned the word mother because you wanted love. You learned the word play because you wanted to have fun. Each word had power. Each word had an emotion attached to it. That is why your brain remembered them so easily. Let us look at a simple example. The word apple. If you only see the letters APPLE, your brain will likely forget it. But if you close your eyes and imagine holding a bright red apple, your brain wakes up. Feel the smooth, cold skin against your hand. Smell the sweet, fresh fruit. Now imagine biting into it and hearing that loud crunch. Taste the sweet juice on your tongue. Now the word is alive. Now your brain says, yes, this is important. I will keep it. I want to tell you a story about a student named Sarah. Sarah was a very hard worker. She told me, "Teacher, I study words every single day, but they disappear from my mind." I asked her how she studied. She told me she just looked at the words in her book. So I gave her a new protocol. I told her to act out the words. If she learned the word run, she had to actually run in her room. If she learned the word sleep, she had to close her eyes and tilt her head. If she learned the word angry, she had to make a fierce, angry face in the mirror. At first, Sarah felt silly. She laughed and thought it was a game. But after 1 month, her memory became incredibly strong. She told me, "Now when I hear a word, I do not just hear a sound. I feel it in my body." That is how memory works. The brain remembers what you do, not just what you see. Here is another secret. Do not only read words in your head. You must speak them out loud. When you say a word, your ears hear the vibration. Your mouth feels the shape of the sound. Your brain stores the information much deeper. If you are learning the word happy, say it with a wide smile. If you learn the word sad, say it with a heavy voice. The emotion will act like glue, sticking the word into your brain. Words are like seeds. Your brain is a vast garden. Every word you learn is a seed you plant in the soil. If you just drop the seed and walk away, it will die in the sun. But if you water that seed with pictures, actions, and stories, it will grow into a strong tree. That tree will give you the fruit of fluency for the rest of your life. Memory is not magic. Memory is care. How can you try this today? If you are learning 5 new words, do not just write them down. Draw a small, simple picture for each one. Act them out in your living room. Speak them with deep feeling. Connect them to your own life. If the word is book, hold a real book in your hands. If the word is friend, think of someone you love. If you do this, the words will still be there tomorrow. They will be there next week. They will be there next month. Ask yourself, what if I use these tricks for 100 words? You would not just know them, you would own them. You would never have to fear forgetting ever again. Chapter 4. Thinking in English. One of the biggest secrets to fluency is not just speaking with other people. It is speaking with yourself inside your head. We all have an inner voice that talks all day long. It asks questions, makes plans, and remembers the past. Usually this voice speaks in your first language, but if you want to train your brain for English, you must invite this inner voice to use English too. When your inner voice changes, your whole brain changes. If you think in your first language and then try to speak English, your brain must translate. Translation takes too much time, makes you slow, and makes you feel nervous. But when you think directly in English, the words come faster and the sentences feel more natural. You stop translating and start truly communicating. To achieve this, follow the inner switch protocol. Step 1. The action narrator. You do not need big words to start. Describe your simple actions in English as you do them. Say to yourself, I wake up, I drink water, I sit down, the tea is hot. These lines are short, but they are powerful because they train your brain during real life. Step 2. The mirror interview. Stand in front of a mirror and talk to yourself. Say, hello, how are you today? And then answer yourself. The mirror makes you feel like you are speaking to a real person, but it is a safe space to practice without fear. Step 3. Shadowing and frames. Use shadowing to copy the rhythm and music of English speakers. Additionally, use sentence frames like, I feel blank because blank, to give your brain ready-made paths to follow. This helps you think fast without worrying about grammar. Consider a learner named Alex. He was very shy and spoke slowly because he was always translating. He began thinking in English for just 5 minutes every day. After 1 month, he noticed a big change. He could answer his teacher's questions quickly without any translation at all. His brain was finally living in English. Start today with a 7-day challenge. Describe your morning, talk to the mirror, and use 1 sentence frame. Each week, your inner voice will grow stronger. Chapter 5. Building a brain that loves English. The strongest thing you can ever do for your fluency is not just to study English. It is to build a brain that truly loves the language. You must stop treating your mind like a cold, gray warehouse where you store boxes of grammar rules. Instead, you must see your brain as a language garden. A garden is a living, breathing place. It requires the right soil, the right seeds, and a gardener who leads with kindness, not a whip. When you connect English with fear, tests, and pressure, you are poisoning the soil of your garden. Nothing beautiful can grow in soil filled with stress. This is why you feel blocked. This is why you forget. Your brain is trying to protect itself from the poison of boring drills. But if you connect English with joy, everything changes. You must replace fear with fun, pressure with play, and punishment with reward. Think about what makes your heart beat faster. Do you love football? Then plant those seeds. Watch clips with English commentary and learn words like goal or pass. Do you love the rhythm of music? Learn 3 lines from a song and sing them out loud. If you love cooking, read a recipe in English and learn verbs like mix and boil. When English meets your passion, your brain does not see it as work. It sees it as a gift. Your inner giant wakes up and asks for more. To help your garden bloom, you need a joy menu. This is a list of fun English choices you can pick from every day. It could be watching a short travel video, reading a comic strip, or listening to a slow song. Pick one item each day and smile as you do it. Tell yourself, this is my English joy time. This simple act tells your brain that English equals happiness. You must also learn to celebrate your small wins. Do not wait for the day you are perfectly fluent to be happy. Celebrate now. If you remember one new word today, celebrate. If you understand one sentence in a movie, celebrate. These small wins are like water for your garden. They give your brain a sense of pride, and pride builds a permanent habit. Clap for yourself. Put a sticker in your notebook. Say, well done, I did it. Your brain feels good, and it will work harder for you tomorrow. Let me share the story of a student named Omar. Omar hated English when he was in school. To him, English was just a series of failed tests and nervous moments. But Omar loved football more than anything. One day, he decided to stop reading textbooks and started watching football matches with English commentary. He learned the language of the game first. Soon, his brain stopped fearing the language because it was connected to his favorite sport. From football, he moved to other topics, and today he speaks with massive confidence. His secret was not a better book, it was joy. To keep your garden healthy, follow this weekly growth plan. Monday, pick one item from your joy menu for 5 minutes. Tuesday, talk to yourself in the mirror for 2 to 3 minutes. Wednesday, learn 3 lines from a new song. Thursday, shadow 2 short sentences from a video you like. Friday, write 1 line in your journal and celebrate your progress. Saturday, watch a fun clip and learn 3 new words. Sunday, review your week and be proud of your consistency. Most importantly, you must be kind to yourself. Mistakes are not weeds. They are part of the growing process. If you forget a word, smile and try again. If you speak strangely, simply say it again. Never insult yourself by saying, I am stupid. Instead, say, I am learning. I am growing. When you speak to your brain with love, it trusts you. It opens the doors to memory and fluency that were once locked. When your inner voice begins to use English and your brain connects the language with joy, you are no longer just studying. You are living the language. Your garden is blooming, and soon you will have English for life. Now, we have reached the end of this lesson, but it is actually the beginning of your new life. It is time for one final reality check. Look at your hands. Look at the life you are living right now. Are you truly satisfied with being silent? Are you okay with the doors of the world staying closed because you're afraid of a few grammar rules? For too long, you have let your brain believe it is weak. You have let the ghost of failure sit on your shoulder and whisper that you are not smart enough. But today, I have shown you the truth. Your brain is a sleeping giant, a powerful machine that is waiting for you to wake it up. The only thing standing between you and the person who speaks English with power is your own choice to start today. If you walk away from this video and go back to your old ways, back to the boring books and the negative thoughts, nothing will change. You will be in the same place next year, feeling the same frustration. Is that what you want? Or are you ready to trust your brain? Remember, your inner voice is the key to faster speaking. Stop translating and start living. Connect your English with the things that make you feel alive. Whether it is football, music, or travel, celebrate every single small win, because every time you remember a word, you are winning a battle against your old self. Be kind to yourself. Mistakes are not your enemy. They're the evidence that you are growing. I want to ask you for one small favor before you go. If this lesson helped you even a little bit, please click the like button right now. That single click tells me that this content is useful for you, and it helps other learners around the world find this path. Share your thoughts in the comments below. I want to know which joy menu item you will choose today. And do not forget to subscribe if you want to keep training your brain with me. The language that once felt like a heavy mountain is now becoming the language you enjoy. Your English is not far away. It is inside you, waiting to be set free. Trust your brain. Train it with patience. Train it with love. You are strong. You are ready. Go out there and show the world your voice.